Hi, welcome back to another edition of The Mainframe. We're talking to Paul Blough again about some of the great opportunities that he has within his company to help your company to grow and to be more secure. And today, Paul, we're going to talk about something that I guess really makes up the core of what you guys do, and that is managed services.
Right.
Now, you probably have seen that word on the internet, maybe even kicked it around and thought about it, but managed services is really kind of the cutting edge of computer technology, and that is where all the stuff that we used to have to go physically into someone's office or someone's home or someone's business and do on their computer, now we can do it remotely. Not only that, you guys can keep an eye on the status and the safety and security of their computers without actually having to be there. So basically define what a managed service is.
Sure. So managed services is really just as simple as taking the expertise of a company that specializes in working with IT equipment and services and solutions and allowing them to manage that for your company. Everybody does works with computers and does things with their computers, and but businesses might be a vet, they might be a doctor's office, they might be an accounting firm. And that's what they went to school for, and that's
Right.
where their skill points are really at. And then they go into business, and we now are asking them to be computer experts as well, because
Right.
who can run and do anything in their jobs anymore without the computers?
Right.
What we do is we come in and we provide those management services so that they can focus in on their expertise. A lot of times people will say, "Oh, well, I don't think I can afford managed services. I'm not used to paying anybody. I just kind of try to handle it on my own." And to which we'll tell them real quickly, "Well, you really are paying somebody. You're paying yourself, and you're probably
You're paying someone to fix the mistakes that you make.
well, yeah.
If you do make a mistake with the way you
Absolutely.
handle your computer.
And you're paying how much time it takes." Like, I'll give you an example. Law offices are really good examples. Lawyers, they charge different rates, but let's just use $150 an hour. It's a good sample rate for what a lawyer might charge. And I had this conversation with an attorney just a little while ago, and he was saying, "Oh, I can just do it myself. I'm kind of a hobbyist, and I don't have a problem taking care of my own computers." I said, "Okay, well, how much time do you spend on taking care of computers?" And he had estimated maybe 4 hours a week. I said, "Okay, so how much do you bill?" "Well, about $150 an hour." So what you're spending is about $600 a week to manage your computers. And the light bulb came on over his head. His eyes got real wide, and he's like, "Oh, I never thought about it like that. That it's really having a cost to my business for me to do it myself." A lot of times, too, people don't realize is that what may take them 4 hours may only take us 15 minutes, because this is all we do.
Yeah. Now tell me what exactly managed services are. That's a term that I guess it gives people the impression that you're watching their computer all the time and making sure,
Right.
and that might be one of the things that people have an issue with, is they don't necessarily want someone having access or being able to see what they're viewing or whatever, but that's not what it is.
No, it's not what it is. A component technology of managed services is usually remote monitoring and management.
But it's not monitoring where they're going, what they're
No.
doing, or anything like that.
Not unless they want us to.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you're not getting access to key sensitive financial information or things like that.
No, in fact, we'll actually force them to restrict us from that. Like a good example is many people use QuickBooks, and with QuickBooks, we don't want to know the password to get into it. Now, we'll manage the updates to QuickBooks, we'll manage the backups of QuickBooks, we'll make sure that people can use it and are able to get access to it, but we don't want to get into the data. Why would we need to get in there and see what somebody's making or not making? And unless they need us to get in there, and then what we'll do is we'll have them actually log our technicians in to do that. Now, even like with remote access to their devices, which people are always pretty impressed and amazed that we were able to access somebody's computer from really anywhere in the world if they've got our agent running on that. But all of that's logged on our part, and we have the ability at any point to restrict that, and the customer can do it. With our software programs that we use, they actually, if they're doing something highly confidential, they can actually just click on a single switch on their computer, turn off our remote access until they're finished doing what they're doing, and then turn it back on. Now, the reason we have remote access is because we have to do things like patch management, keeping the computers up to date, doing the backups of the computers, checking them for viruses, and just keeping them up and running. And those things oftentimes we do at nighttime through automation.
Yeah.
And you talked about like 24/7 monitoring. Now, I don't have a staff here that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but I have multiple computer system experts that are running always. And these software programs, these software experts are constantly looking at everything that's going on, making sometimes automatic fixes and automatic adjustments, or logging problems that happen even in the middle of the night, so that in the morning time we can take a look at that and say, okay, here's something that we need to take a look at and we need to fix at it. So the services, though, have a more of a variety than just simply the break fix or trying to maintain your computers. We do things like making sure you don't get spam in your email. We do things like making sure that you can't go to a website that would be damaging to you or to your company. Or to something that would be unproductive even. And some of our customers want us to restrict certain aspects of the internet to their employees, so that they don't have the temptation of going to something. Just a statistic, about 30% of the average information worker's day gets spent on personal pursuits. And so that's pretty significant. And if we can curtail that, that can really increase some productivity for a business, and can really help them to save quite a bit of money. So a lot of our services are really designed around efficiency and around the security, and trying to help people to do more with less and to just get the most use out of their equipment. We want it to be transparent. We don't want them to have to worry or think about their computers at all. We want to make sure that we're proactively handling the issues before they actually happen.
Now, a lot of this is also done in a preventative measure, because you guys have tools that allow you to actually see what may be coming.
Right.
For example, if you have issues with hard drives, issues with memory, issues with other physical aspects of a customer's computer, you have tools that will actually allow you to see that and prevent those things from happening.
Right. So the model is very proactive, and this is one of the big pitches that we make when we're talking with people is that we want to move you from a reactive computer model to a proactive computer maintenance model. The best illustration is probably like this. In the traditional model, people wait to call the computer company until something's really broke.
Right.
By the time they call, it's a mess. They're angry because their computer system's not working. It's infecting their business. They're upset about that. We get there. And now the only way we or any other computer company in that model can make money is through billing for time. And so if you think about it, the computer company in that model is incented to take just as long to fix the problem as possible. The customer is incented to get them out as quick as possible. So sometimes what we will do is we'll come in and we put the Band-Aid on the symptom, we fix the immediate problem, but we can look and say, oh, really we need to spend 4 hours and fix this thing so that it stays fixed forever. And in that model, though, the customer almost always will say, no, I'm not going to spend another 4 hours. You're just telling me that because you want to get more billable time out of us.
Right.
So we flip that model completely around, and with a flat fixed rate fee that we charge our customers on a monthly basis, now we can do this proactive work. Because they're not getting charged for every minute they call us. They'll call us when the problem is very small. I think my computer is running a little bit slow, or something's funky going on my computer. I want you to just take a look and see if there's a problem. Or we may notice it with some of our automation solutions where we see an event that has occurred that's a precursor for a hard drive failure, and so we want to proactively handle those situations. Then when we get in there and we're actually trying to handle the problem before it becomes a major issue, if we do determine that there's a 4-hour fix that needs to be applied so that we don't have that problem any longer, that's really on my back, not on the customer's back. They're not getting charged anything extra for that, so they're okay with us doing whatever we need to do to fix it. We really like that because we want to fix the problem so that we don't have to deal with them later. So it's a win-win situation for everyone.
Now, I know one of the aspects of this layered managed service is the fact that you guys take a lot of software off computers that are not necessarily need to be there, and that is one of the problems that causes computers to slow down. And you put on it your own version of virus protection and malware protection and all that kind of stuff, so you know exactly what's happening on their computer, and you have a product that really works. Right,
exactly. And so the advantage is that it's standardized amongst all of our customers, so the environment is the same everywhere, which means our technicians are incredibly skilled with it. They're very fast in being able to handle it, and we vet these products really, really well. Before we'll bring on anybody to be part of our solution stack, we're going to make sure that they're an excellent product, an excellent company. and then we're constantly layering new pieces, new technologies. I'll give you a great example. There's a service called OpenDNS that we've just purchased for all of our customers. We didn't charge anything extra for them. We're paying for it, and we've put it at all of our customers. And what it does is it protects people from being able to even get to infected websites and infected servers on the internet. And so, and this protection can even float with them as they leave their network. If they go out into a hotel or they're at home, we can actually have this protection follow them around wherever they're at. And that type of product, we vetted it, we looked at it really hard before we did it, we tested it out, and then we implemented it across the board. And the reason we would do that is because if we can prevent an infection, that's an infection is going to cost us 4 to 8 hours to fix,
Right.
typically. And so if we can prevent one infection, I mean, it's, you can imagine from a labor standpoint how much we can save in doing that. So we're really incented to make sure people don't have problems.
Right.
And we're always looking for the cutting edge ways of doing that with the very best products that are out there.
And you keep the customers informed. I use the managed services from Blough, and I get daily emails that tell me the sites, the emails that have been blocked.
Right.
And I can go through those and open them up if I choose.
Right.
But I mean, these are things that you filter out before they even get to my computer.
Exactly.
And there's a once a month report that I also get that gives me all kind of information about my particular computer and the computers I have on the managed services that tell me, how many patches have been done, how many updates have been done, all that kind of stuff. This gives people an idea of where they are with their computer. And if they start seeing a lot of things going on, like we found 300 viruses in the computer, that sends up a red flag for the customer to know, hey, there might be something going on with this thing on my desktop.
Right, and then likewise, if there's a lot of tickets that are being worked on that particular computer, it may be that it's a problem computer or it's an old computer or something could be going on. It could be, in the instance that you were just mentioning, it could even be an end user's behavior where they're going and doing risky things on the computer, and we can kind of identify that and then educate them as to how to better work with their computer to not put themselves and the organization at risk.
All right, in the last couple of minutes we have left, tell me who really is the best candidate for managed services. Is it a particular size business or a particular type of business?
Right, so it works with almost anyone, but in the kind of perfect world, it's anybody with 5 computers or more in their organization, and probably less than 200. If you're at 200 or more, you're going to really probably have your own internal IT department, which really replicates us. And we can still help people like that, but we end up just doing ad hoc services for organizations that size. Sweet spot probably is even closer to 10 to 100 range, but anywhere from 5 to 200 we work with.
Yeah, now that's a great way to make sure that your computers keep on functioning month after month, year after year. And if you're watching this on the Blough Tech page, you're going to notice all kind of information around this video that'll tell you more about managed services. So I encourage you to click on, learn more about it. It's a great way to make sure that the computer that people might be watching this video on right now keep on working 6 months, year, 2 years from now. So
that's right.
Check it out, managed services, one of the pillars of what they do here at Blough Tech. And of course, you can see more videos and learn more information by either visiting our page on the radio station, WGRA.net, or check it out at blouhtech.com. Hey, thanks for watching The Mainframe.